Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A CloudFoundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
So first let me take you through these. Items like these are Sari, this device right, Sari display. What about these? Like yesterday, we just had an overview on what is custom URL. What is custom URL profiles, right? Just a heads up, like this is just about controls. So when you use mobile, when you click on particular option where it will take you, that's about this custom URL profiles. What is Workforce Genie profiles means? Workforce Genies. We are first building the column sets, then making the column sets to be available under the Genies means. Whatever the columns that we are building under this, we will map it to this one of these under the actual detail. If you are building actual detail column set, we will map it to here. Then from here how it is visible to us is we will map it to Workforce Genie profiles. Yesterday we were going through the Genies, right? We created column sets. Then from column sets we mapped it to this one. So we were able to see the summary changes like what columns we have added. But again, all these Genies will not be available to all the managers or employees. Since we are super user, we have access to all the Genies. Okay, so how we are restricting what Genie should be available to which set of people is by mapping this to Workforce Genies profiles. So here we will create different profiles like manager, super access, payroll manager. Super access means we have access to all the like. There are some items which are not selected, but usually it's all the items. So when we are assigned with super user access, we will be gaining all these access. But for like example, say manager, this particular manager profile, we are giving them only access to a handful of Genies, not everything. So only these Genies will be available to people who are assigned under this profile in the People tab. Again in the People tab. If you have any questions where this is assigned under Access Profiles. Let me open it up. If you go here, we will have an option called Access Profiles. We saw that in this one Access Profile, what Genie should be available is based on the display profile. Right now it's default, but we can choose which. If you want to choose a particular default manager, only that will be available to that set of employees. You will be a little bit confused, like only display profile is showing up, but we are working on Genie. But what happens is again, it's like pay policies only. Genies again, we will map it to display profiles. Bottom to top approach, how we worked on payrolls. We will create overtime and these things map to combination role to PCD, PCD to work rule and work rule to payroll. Similarly here also from here we are mapping to here. Then from here we are mapping that to Genie profiles. Genie profiles, we are mapping it to display profiles. If you go to display profiles, you can see all the bottom items. Let me open to the big item. You know, like for example mapping, you know the sequence, how to map it. I know it's from bottom to top, but also at the same time, Is there a way to understand? Like someone like me who is a beginner, just the steps, how to map it properly. No, there is no inbuilt structure. Only thing what we know is if there is a section opening at the bottom, this would be mapped upper block. Then there is a section that would be again mapped to upper block. Just we need to go with the gut feeling like this, like the name is Workforce Genie. So then this will be again mapped to. Some name should be related to that. That will be mapped to that. Okay, example. If you go to accruals, same thing. From here to here to here. You can be 100% sure that there won't be any top to bottom mapping. Only bottom to top. But for accruals, we only have those options, you can see. But then for display preference, you will see it's in groups again. Same for pay, like this also. Only thing we will be sure of is this is a subtopic. This topic will be mapped to any one of these items. But nothing will be mapped from here to here. That's the only thing we'll be sure of. Other item, by practicing only you get to know. There is no hierarchy maps available for this, just we need to be sure. Okay, these items we will map somewhere in here. That's the only thing we know. Since it is saying work group building block, these items will be mapped to some other place in work groups. Same goes for display preferences also. Finally, we will map it somewhere like we will configure these items and this will go into final item, display profile. This is what we will be mapping to it by. That's it. Oh. Now let me take you through these two items, navigator profiles and navigator profiles. This is navigation profile. So this is nothing. The way we are navigating, right? What we see from where to where we are navigating. It depends on this. If you see here again, this is for they have created like default items. They have just tried 2 or 3 samples newly. I'll just go with one of the default items. So here what happens is system will have inbuilt a number of templates. So this is again done during the implementation time. Profiles editor. So for a manager, how it should be for an admin, how it should be for a normal mobile like navigator. These are like up to this, whatever is there. These are system inbuilt items. So there will be small changes between one another. I'm not sure what flex means, but standardly what we'll have is employee template manager and employee template manager, template mobile employee navigator, mobile manager navigator. This FLX item will not be there. So forget about the FLX item. So here what we need to choose is if he's a normal employee, he's only the employee means he should have employee template. And if he is able to use mobile also means we need to choose employee as well as mobile employee navigator. Both items we can choose and pull it here. So that he will be able to access like, even though he gives access to mobile, these items should be in place for him to use it properly. Then manager. So manager, there will be 2 templates, 2 set of templates for him. One is he's just a manager. There will be a number of people in Kronos population that they will only manage their employees. They will not use Kronos to clock in our clocks. They might be a fixed salary employees. Like they need not to swipe in and swipe out for the salary. Only they are managing a factory population where they're just approving the time cards and reviewing the time cards itself. Example, HR manager. He is not directly supervising anyone but just managing the population. In that case, we will choose manager. But there are some cases where the manager will be also a time entry employee. He will swipe in and swipe out, or at least watch his hours. 8 hours. This 8 hours, regular 8 hours something. He is also using Kronos for capturing his time as well, as he is managing a few employees in Kronos. Then we need to choose this. That means in this profile, he'll be able to punch in and punch out as well as he will sign up and review his employees' time. That is about this profile. Clear. Question 2. Employee and manager. Employee template and manager template. Clear with these three. And also mobile employee means additionally he will be able to use it for mobile navigation. Again, if he is a manager means if he needs manager like mobile access, we will be picking either one of these based on the default access what he needs. And additionally, if he is a mobile user, then we need to choose one more mobile manager navigator. If he is a manager and needs mobile access, these two are this and this. It depends on that particular manager whether he needs to clock in or clock out. Then it comes to us. What we are using is this is our default one super user. If you are Kronos Resorts, this is the default. These are all system inbuilt. And if you use Super Navigator itself automatically, we no need to even select this. By default, we will have access to mobile. In case, if somewhere when you are feeling that your mobile access is not proper and you are a super user, then we might need to add one more mobile navigator to our bucket. But for super user, automatically all the items will be available irrespective of mobile and other items. System administrator. Again, this comes to this template mostly used for people who will not have direct reportage to them, but they will manage a particular population. The operating company's HRs or leadership people for them. We will be using this template. This is rarely used because even for HRs, mostly we will go with the manager and manager employee template or super user. These are the templates we need to pick while creating a display profiles. These items will be again mapped to the display profiles. When we are setting up, we are creating. A manager display profile means in that the navigator profile should be something we need to pick here. If you see here, this is a project manager's navigator profile. They have given name and they have chosen the manager, navigator. Then what they do is based on the role we are picking up. If you are going to create an employee template example, I can show you once again whatever these people have created. They are creating employee template means they are choosing copy of employee template. They have again copied this. I'm going to set up a display profile for employee. Then I'll give a name like this is a template for employee navigation profile. So I'll choose OK, not this. I'll go with the default one. This one employee. This is how I'll be picking it up. No, this should go there. Clear what I'm doing. Just I need to save it out here. That's it. Then I'll go to the top item, which is navigation profiles. Here this is. They only have the default items. Here what we will choose is, we have both basic and advanced. What this does is this will choose them like what are the items we will be seeing in our system. Let me show you the system view. Management department. You can see that this is the system view. You can see here we have a number of items. This is what comes here. My Genie's timekeeping, scheduling, budgeting setup. Whatever the widgets we have, this is a setup for these items. We will not be touching anything. We will just keep whatever is there. Just we need to have the default mapping. That's it. We will not change anything. Whatever is here, we will just keep it in the administration. We will not change anything. We will just keep whatever is there as it is. We will just go with the next item, which is display profile. Here is where we will be mapping everything, whatever we have created. Let me go to the default one. Let me show you navigator selection. Here we need to choose what is our navigator profile, which we choose here. We create it here. Employee template, manager template. These items we need to pick. For this particular item, I am going to choose. Right now what we did, we created an employee profile. This is the one. This is the default one. I am not changing. For example, I will just show. This is the one I am going to use. For mobile navigator, what is the profile? For mobile, we need to use mobile employee. We don't have a proper item for that. Creator. For example, let's create one. Default navigator would be. Let's assume we are going to create a profile for a manager who will be entering his time as well, as he is a mobile user. In navigate profiles, what we will do is we will just create a profile. By default, we will choose manager employee time template. Okay. Then from here we will just give a name. Manager MGR. We will save it out. This is for normal. Now for the mobile. Again, I will create one more, which is MGR temp mobile. MGR temp mobile. Here I will choose where it is mobile manager navigator. Save and return. So once I have created this is in display profiles. I will have this navigator profiles. Example say, I am going to create this manager test profile. Here I will go to navigator selection. I will choose my navigator profile for this. Default is this one for mobile using. It is mobile temp. Click. Apart from this, what are the other items we have here? These are default ones. Display format, how my minutes should be displayed. How much decimals it can have. What is the differences here? If we choose this is the default format. Like theos like 3.2 This is normally how we see time. It will be showing. If you choose this option, it will show in 0.4, 0.8, 4.9 hours like that. These are just the display format, whether it's a 12-hour clock, what we are going to use here. So where we will be seeing the clock means in the home page you will have loaded. When it is loaded, these items. So if you see, here it is. You can see here right loaded a 9.26 amp. because we are seeing this, because we are following 12-hour clock. If it is for 24 hours means it will show just the time 9.26, 16.26 like that. So these options we will be choosing here what we need to have. This will remain uniform across all the people. This display format, we will not have separate format for different groups. Mostly it will be default, one for all the groups. Other items are just the normal items. Here we will not be picking anything, like we will just choose. We created the Genie profiles, right? We will assign which Genie profile is applicable for this display profile here. And hyperfine, you already know, right? I told you, right? If you go to the, let me try to duplicate this, I can show you. We saw what is hyperfine. Hyperfine means this is hyperfine. This is Genie in Genie. Wherever we are seeing is a, whatever we are seeing, where is it here? This is a summary. Summary, yeah. We created, right, for Australian FTE, these people. We created hyperfines, right? These are hyperfines. And I told you we can restrict for each population based on what are the hyperfines should be available for each group of employees. For employees, what should be available for manager? What should be available for this country? What should be available? We have full access. We can restrict only these 4 should be visible to them. So that we will do under. We will create these hyperfine profiles under common setup. That's a different area where we will be creating these hyperfine profiles. If you see, here we have hyperfine profiles here. We can create n number of hyperfine profiles. Just we need to choose what are the items should be available for them. All the hyperfines are here for this profile, only these 2, all home, and these 2. Similarly, we can choose what hyperfines should be visible for based on our requirement. And where we will be mapping, the hyperfine profile is here. In the display profiles, Genie's custom URL profile and hyperfine profile and navigation profile, everything whatever we saw here and whatever we saw in the common setup. Custom URL profiles, Genie profiles, navigator files, navigation profiles, and also the hyperfine profiles which we saw there. All items will be just mapping it out here. Here, no configuration, just we are mapping out whatever we have created. And other items are just, these are not changeable. These will be like default. Whatever we are having, we will have it just like that. We will not change anything. And this option is what we need to just make sure mostly it will be ticked only. If we disable this one, the employees will not be able to make any changes to their future time cards. They will be able to swipe in and swipe out for the current day, but they will not be able to take future time offs. Usually in an organization, how we will be setting, like we will be watching time offs in advance, right? For Christmas. We would have applied now itself, right? So for that to happen properly, this option should be enabled. Edit, future time card should be enabled. Then only we will be able to take future time offs. And also this is again company specific time card view. For some, the current company which I am working, it is Monday through Sunday. So in that case, my week will be starting on Monday. But most companies, they will start theirs by Sunday. When my work week starts, based on that, my time card view will start. Most companies, they will be having either Sunday or Monday. Rarely one or two Gulf countries, if we go, they will have their week starting on Saturday. This is just about the display. Nothing to do with the functionality, nothing to do with the payment. It will not interfere with the accruals or configuration anything. Just the view, what we will be seeing. Where our week will start. Whether we will be able to edit our future time cards. That is it. And this is again sorting. If you see this is nothing, man. This is just the time card. If you go to a particular employee's time card, how their total should be sorted. Okay, he is not a proper employee. I will just take error. I am not sure what is the error. Close it out. Management department. I will just call home. I will change server. Login again. Display profile is like our customization. We will have our own Facebook profiles created as per our need. What should be where, what format, what language we are using. Those items only. Again this issue. Changing this will not impact payment or anything. But it might impact the system view. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.